What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we are back on Gran Turismo for the Super Licensed Master S-2. This is going to be done in the lovely 911 Turbo. Now you're probably going to look at this one and go, wait a second, is this going to be street and also dirt? And well, you are going to be correct. This one is going to be a mix. The first time I did do this one, I'm like, this is kind of weird, man. It's a Porsche. This car is probably going to be kind of interesting, but for my settings though, as always guys, the assist settings are going to be on manual and also 0 on TC. We're then going to have the ABS on default, so nothing too insane going on here. I'm also going to be running the driving line assistance, that way you guys can see where I'm going. But overall though, I would say this one is probably going to be fairly simple. And just in case though, if you're wondering, I am going to be running the controller and everything is going to be fully bone stock. Nothing's going to be changed in that area. Now, a few things I did notice when doing this time attack is, well, guys, I have to admit, this one wasn't as difficult as I thought. You might be wondering, well, why is that, Block? Well, here's the thing. I legitimately beat this one second try, not even kidding. Funny part is, the run wasn't even all that great, and I still managed to beat it. The one thing I did notice about the 911 Turbo is it does feel a bit more twitchy than something like, well, pretty much every other vehicle I use in the super license testing, I guess you could say. This car is probably going to be a tad more twitchy, but it's still going to be very easy to manage. The big thing is going to be the off-road areas. Now, the first corner you're going to encounter is going to be in the off-road area, pretty much going after the main pavement part of it, and it's going to be a pretty tight corner. Funny thing is, when I first did it, I did end up messing up. I hit the wall there, because if you go around that turn really quick, you end up shifting up pretty fast and all that. You might end up sliding into the wall over the next jump there. And the reason why I did want to mention that though is when most players are going toward this corner, at least approaching it, they are most likely going to be in second gear. So what I would recommend doing is shifting back down to first in the middle of that said corner going to second. This is again why I would recommend running manual, because it makes this so much easier. You can then ease on the throttle, go around the turns and make sure you're not like over revving it, shifting it in the third and making your car go way too fast in the dirt, then boom, you end up sliding into the wall or something like that. Besides that though, basically keep following that course, guys. You're then going to have a pretty tight corner. Head around that, you're also going to be on the cement for a bit. Then you're going to have a small part on the dirt once again. And also, quick mention on that tight corner though, I would recommend being in first gear. Trust me, it's so much better. But when you do end up getting to the dirt part though, I did manage to get around this a lot faster than I thought. And I was probably going a bit too insane, like I probably could have went around the corners a bit cleaner. But I was like, okay, let me just fly around this and see what I could end up doing. Funny thing is, guys, I cut the last corner super tight. I did end up getting into gold. Legitimately my second try doing this one. The big thing is, though, when you are in the dirt, at least in the second part of it, you could go a tad faster than the first part because of the way it is designed. But be careful, though, because if you go too fast around the corners, then you are most likely going to fly into the grass, and then boom, you're going to have to try again. But if you have any questions at all, do let me know in the comments below. Here's the gold run I did end up getting on the 911 Turbo in the Master 2 one-lap time attack.